All right, CARES Act 2.0. Big topic of discussion today on the Hill by members of Congress from both sides. This is one of 5 videos we're doing today on day 8 of this new channel. CARES Act 2.0. We're also doing EIDL grant, EIDL loan, PUA, and second stimulus check. All right, let's get right to it. The CARES Act 2.0 is something we have not really heard much about. We always talk about the second stimulus check as that check that's coming to every U.S. resident in a home, and when is it coming, and how is it coming, and how much you're going to get. But the CARES Act 2.0 is something much more comprehensive, and that's why I'm focusing you on that right now. It basically would provide both financial relief to individuals, financial relief to businesses, liability protection to businesses and individuals, and for fix the problems that you're encountering now all the way back into March. What both Pelosi and McConnell have said as today, this Monday, is that CARES Act 2.0 needs to really address all the harm that has suffered up to this point because of coronavirus March to now. It is not to fix the entire system, but it's also to get people on the right track. Things that you're going to hear in CARE 2.0 is, for example, liability insurance. They're concerned about drivers, like Uber drivers, if they're to get back to work and they have passengers in their car that are subjected to coronavirus. How are they protected? They're worried about loss of work and workers' compensation from a employee and independent contractor's environment. They're also concerned about your insurance. And for the individual, it's a good news. For a Lyft corporation or Uber, it may not be a good news. They're considering that if businesses are keeping you as a staffer, as an independent contractor, like Uber drivers, for more than 80 hours, then maybe you should get the benefits of an employee. You know why I'm bringing this up is because of PUA, that Congress has been very good through CARES 1 and CARES 2.0 in realizing that unemployment systems in the state are for employees, W-2, employees of companies, and that when you face trouble with an employer, they have laws and relief and benefits for it. But when you're an independent contractor, when you're a Lyft driver, when you're an Uber driver, and something erupts, you don't have those same benefits because you're an independent contractor. So they had to pass the Pandemic Unemployment Insurance, PUA, for those people that weren't getting the benefits of our system and our laws and our financial benefits because they're independent contractors. Now they're seeing, hey, if we put you back to work, we want to ensure that if you're working 80 hours per week as an independent contractor, that you get some benefits. So they're thinking about other things than just money. They're thinking about they're thinking about medical benefits or employment benefits that you would normally get in an employment situation, but that your employer is not providing you under the guise of independent contractor when they're working you, to the pulp sometimes. So there's that. There's also, if you are a healthcare individual, they're talking about relief in a manner that would provide additional safety, concerns, financial benefits, and precautions to help members of first responders on the front line. It's that type of element that they're talking about. But what would CARES Act 2.0 have in it for you? There's a few things that they're considering. First of all, they understand the disparity, the clear disparity out there among these programs and who's getting them. They understand that there is, in certain racial groups, they're not getting full benefits. That their systems, whether it's PPP or EIDL grants, are sometimes set up for big companies or 500-person companies that have tax ID numbers. But how about this? How about the people that live a more simple life, like you? And how do you get money in your pocket to get you through this trouble and also ensure that you have a path towards working in the future? So they're thinking about that. They understand that PPP and EIDL grant and EIDL loan, SBA loan, and all these type of things is for a different type of person than a person that might just be an employee at a local store, has been laid off, has unemployment benefits, and those unemployment benefits are not enough. And for you, that's why we have this channel. We're here to indicate the whole universe of whether you are a business owner that has 499 employees, or you're just a single parent raising two kids on one salary, and that job was gone because of coronavirus. And so now what do? What are members of Congress doing for you? And that's why our ears and our eyes are open for everything that's going on, whether it's financial, to help you financially, or it's for medical benefits. They're talking about workers' compensation. They're talking about other types of relief. And they can do this. They can do it in a way that doesn't cost the federal government a lot of money. They force the businesses to provide you these benefits. Certain types of benefits that they know that these individuals, when they start to get back to work or lost their job, that they get these type of benefits that they would not normally do under pre-coronavirus legislation. What Pelosi and McConnell are saying, though, on a good term, is that they understand the system is not in a right standard. They understand the system is broken, and they've actually said, to paraphrase them today, that they are not trying to fix the entire system right now. They're trying to get things on table and on the front plate right now, because Care 2.0 is needed. You have been impacted now. You have been impacted in March. As we said in yesterday's video, of all the videos, this is day 8 of this channel. If you haven't subscribed and liked before, subscribe and like our videos, because we're here to help you. And the one video that got the biggest number of views yesterday was second stimulus check, where we talked about how big financial analysts to smaller financial analysts to real estate people are all saying that the month of May may be the worst, maybe financially the worst of what we've gone through so far. Because April is one thing, but May could hit like a sledgehammer. So because of that, that's why members of Congress understand that CARES Act 2.0 is so critical, that they need to do this now. The president is behind it. The president understands that CARES 2.0 is needed. He has some plans in his mind as to what he doesn't want in there, and that he wants, but not a lot. Thankfully, not a lot. He wants that relief to come to you, and his qualifiers, his talking points, his desires are not so bad that I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. I think it in this regard, I remember it was just one or two things. I was like, okay, big deal, get it done. So members of Congress are back on the Hill in some regards. CARES Act 2.0 was all over the news today. Nancy Pelosi was just on Wolf Blitzer on CNN just moments ago. We jumped on here to start recording this video for you. We're going to stay on top of CARES Act 2.0. We're going to tell you what's going on. I mean, a lot of you want to hear about second stimulus check. We're going to talk about second stimulus check in America. That's a simpler thing. You sit back and the check comes. But how about other things? How about other types of relief, medical, and work security and benefits if you go back, and there's this whole thing. This channel hasn't been touched. There's this whole thing about people are not getting medical benefits if they suffer anxiety from coronavirus. The anxiety of fear of coronavirus, the anxiety of testing positive but not getting sick, is a whole element of medical coverage. And Pelosi and McConnell are aware of that. They talk about mental anguish from COVID-19 right at the top, because a lot of these policies, and I'm not up to date on it, so I'm not going to go in great detail, but a lot of these policies don't pay you in this employment situation when you are impacted from COVID-19, unless you literally are hideously sick. There are situations where you're not hideously sick, where you're asymptomatic, where you contract COVID-19, you're asymptomatic, and you have to stay at home for 14 days. And a lot of these policies are just not kicking in. It's a mess, and they're all over the place. So I'm not going to sit here and say one is the same as the other, but Pelosi and McConnell are aware of that. They're saying this has to stop. We have to make sure that people can work, and that they have coverage that they can work, they have benefits they can work. They don't have an employer trying to pass them off as an independent contractor when they're really employed. They understand what's going on. That's on top of you getting your financial benefits paid in a timely and orderly fashion. So a lot today. Day 8 of this channel. It's been great. You've been dropping comments all the time. About 400, 500 comments in the last 24 hours. We get back to you for about 4 hours. Like the video, share the video. Subscribe. Please subscribe. We update all the time. CARES Act is just, we're early in this process for CARES Act 2.0. Subscribe, because when there's updates, you'll hear the updates. And what a big day this is. CARES Act 2.0, second stimulus check, PUA, EIDL grant, EIDL loan. 5 videos coming to you this afternoon. As always, stay with LALATE for more.